So we managed to get all of the dry herbs in the coconut oil. We're gonna go put this in the sun and infuse it in a second. And so continuing on with the discussion of vaccines, trauma, wars, psychological manipulation, finding our childhood self again, finding the ancestral memory, remembering everything. Let's get back into it. So, through all of this, what happens is we become dependent on a system that is external from us. So, this system tells us what is justice, tells us what is health, tells us what is good in terms of fueling the external system and disconnecting you from yourself internally so that you don't go find out about these traumas, so that you don't recapitulate, so that you don't let go of these traumas and you don't let go of the system. You hold on to the system in a very dependent manner, thinking that it's 100% necessary for your survival. And so, through all of this, the dependence is self abuse. In the end, every time we are dependent on something other than ourselves, we need this system, we need the pharmaceutical industry, we need the justice system, we need the police, we need all these things. We need these industries, we need Coca-Cola, we need Nestle, we need whatever it is, right? All of these things where we feel like we need these things to keep going as a society. This is a form of self-abuse, of dependence, of addiction, and then this reflects into society. This is why so many people are addicted to anything, something. People are addicted to television. People are addicted to junk food. People then get addicted to smoking, to drinking alcohol, to drinking coffee, to consuming, to consumption in general. Very few people create from their heart in this society. Art seems to be lost, and creating art, creating something that is from your heart, is super valuable. It's valuable for your soul. Your soul wants to create, it wants to inspire, it wants to adventure, it wants to explore, it wants to do things that have never been done before to serve this universe. This universe is an illusion that we are individual. We are actually all one. And so the one wants to pretend it's individual, pretend to lose the idea that it's one, individuate itself, and go learn from this. And when we fall into the same cycles and we're doing the same thing every day, and we're no longer part of the universe learning, we're no longer willing to learn through all of this, that's when we don't serve the universe anymore. And so, since we're not serving the universe, is the universe going to keep us around as an individual? Really, we never die. We're immortal souls. The soul in your body never dies. It comes back to this earth to learn again. If it didn't learn through this individual experience, it's going to go into another individual experience. If you valued the body that the universe or that God gave you, however you want to see it, if you valued it, it's going to put you in a better situation so that you're more likely to transcend all of the lessons, to learn everything there is to learn on this earth, and to go to higher dimensions as a soul in your next life. But if you did not value everything that God and the universe gave you, then maybe you're going to come back to this reality with disabilities as a human. Maybe you're not even going to come back as a human. Maybe you're going to come back as a factory farm pig that has a horrible enslaved life, so you can understand what you did to yourself in the past life. So you can understand maybe you killed yourself in this life. Maybe you decided to jump off of a cliff on LSD. Maybe you decided to do something crazy like that. And did you value the body that you were given in that case? Were you able to see through the lessons that were being presented through all of the suffering? How are you going to come back to this reality? if that's what you did, if you killed yourself. You devalued your body in the worst way possible. You devalued the life, you devalued your opportunity to learn. And so how are you going to come back? All right. Through all of this, we need to become responsible for our health, for our well-being. We can't let things be externalized. If a justice system is needed for you to determine whether something is wrong or right, that is a moral problem. We all have the internal morals. When you do something, when you lie, when you steal, all these things, you should feel bad inside. The way you feel should tell you whether it was right or wrong. And this is your moral compass that you have internally. And the justice system, schools, all of this psychosocial coercion that goes on outside, this is all designed to make you abandon the internal moral compass, so that if you lie, it doesn't matter if you feel bad inside. If they don't find out, that's really what's important. Or if it doesn't matter to them, then whatever, even if you feel bad inside, if it's not seen as bad by society, then all good, right? And then other things where you might feel good, society says they're bad, and all of a sudden you feel bad inside because the external told you to feel bad. And so we need to do what's in our hearts. We need to live through our hearts honestly, how we feel, how we understand things. And we need to have the strength to honestly express this and connect with everyone in this reality, to have better intuition. This is the chakra system. Your first chakra is understanding. Feelings is your sacral. Solar plexus is power. Honesty is heart. Expression is throat. Connection is pineal gland. Intuition is the crown outside of your body. And so if you feel like you don't have good intuition about things, it's because the rest of the system has been lost through all of this disbelief, or I don't know if I want to say disbelief, but all of this lack of confidence in your own feelings and your own understanding. We need to go back and realize that we are the technology, that we don't need telescopes, we don't need microscopes, we don't need governments, we don't need justice systems, we don't need medical systems to tell us how to live our lives. We need to live it for ourselves. We need to understand these things, take responsibility. When you go to the doctor and you're waiting for the doctor to tell you why it is you're sick, and you don't know why you're sick, you don't realize that not leaving the house and watching 7 hours of TV a day was not a good idea, that made you not move. It made you sick in a way. Your body wants to move. Your body wants to get fresh air. It's inside of walls. It's not breathing properly. And so you don't realize that these things made you sick. You go to the doctor, you ask them why you're sick, and then they might say it's some kind of other problem. They need to give you an answer in terms of their perspective, but really your perspective, you know what you ate, you're aware of what you did, you're aware of what made you feel healthy and what did not make you feel healthy, where you got lost. And so this is a huge lesson for everyone in the society. We need to take responsibility for our health. If you go to the doctor and they say you have cancer, there's a reason. You gave yourself the cancer through your lifestyle, through your eating habits, through what you did.